Hey, welcome back to Play Dainty. This week we're going to be playing Chapter 15 of The Crown and the Flame. When we left off last week, let's see what happened. Oh, they recruited Whitlock to their alliance, and he gave them some weaponry. And Dominic was talking to Say down in the dungeons, trying to get more information about where he comes from. Alright, so the description here says, "This is it. The final battle has arrived. Can Kenna and her army take back Stormholt once and for all?" I have a feeling since this is chapter 15 of 18, though, that it's not really it. Chapter 15, The Return to Stormholt. Now playing as Kenna. You and your army are making camp outside Stormholt Castle. My home. This day has been far too long in coming. We have returned, my queen. Whether or not we can retake this beast of a castle is another thing. It won't be easy, but from what you've told me about the castle's vulnerabilities, I think we have a shot. Do we really need to do this? Can't we just buy another castle somewhere even better? Stormholt isn't just a castle, it's our home. The time has come for us to reclaim it. Though it won't be an easy task. Stormholt has never been taken in battle. That may be true, but there's a first time for everything. All the more reason we need it back. There's a first time for everything. That there is. We will not let the odds stop us from trying. Just then, you hear the sound of horns blowing. What's this? Turning, you see a familiar figure approaching on horseback. The flower of the five kingdoms, the jeweled sword of justice, my personal savior, Queen Kenna, it's very good to see you again. Prince Tavon? I'm the king now, and as promised years ago, my army is yours to command. I got your message that you were on the move. My army has been slowly drawing near, waiting for our moment to make a grand dramatic entrance. Tavon, I can't believe you came. Thank you. No, thank you, Queen Kenna, for saving my life. I owe you everything. Today we'll make Prince Marco Navrakis pay for what he did to our families. This has been a long time coming. I'll follow your lead, Queen Kenna. Tavon bows to you and returns to his men. How about that? I never would have believed it. I bet now you're glad we took the time to save him. Very much so, my queen. We'll need every last man today. Speaking of which, let's review what we're working with. You and your advisors head into your command tent. I want to check on soldiers, equipment, siege engines. Let's start with soldiers. How many do we have for the fight? King Tavon brought 200 Vidorian warriors with him. 50 Ratchker monks have joined us. Damned if I know where they showed up from or how they even knew to come. The monks have their ways. Wait, the Ratchker monks? Was my former training master among them? See for yourself. Gabriel holds aside the tent flap and calls out a few seconds later, Queen Kenna. You're safe. I didn't dare hope. I'm so relieved. You embrace him. I'm alive and well, thanks to your friend inside the castle. Dominic? He saved my life. He's a very interesting man. I owe him a great debt. I never would have forgiven myself if you died because of me at Marco's hands. Nonsense. It is my duty. It was my great honor to serve you, and it will be my greatest honor yet to fight for you today. The honor is mine, my friend. The monk smiles and ducks out of the tent. Ahem. As I was saying, that's 50 fighting monks that your buddy there brought us. We have 500 fighters from Aurelia, thanks to Annalise. You're welcome. And the bulk of our forces come from my men and the mercenaries. 2,000 former Stormholt soldiers and mercenaries, all are ready to fight and die for you. And all without pay. That's saying something, my queen. You move them with your speech. You're a leader they can believe in. Then we better not disappoint them. Altogether, we've got a force of 2,750 soldiers. We just might have enough to take this castle back. Thank you, Leon. Alright, we'll check on equipment next. About our equipment. Annalise, you've been very generous. Our army has the best swords, shields, and armor that money can buy. The Golden Mountain Fang blades that you gave us will cut right through the Navrakas armor. It's the least I could do. After meeting that loathsome Prince Marco myself, any price is worth taking him down. When men like him rule, no good can come of it. Okay, we'll check on siege engines. What support will we have from the technocrats? In addition to my drill, we have 5 catapults from the technocrats. You're very generous. You're very persuasive. You convince me that you're the right person to lead this kingdom, and so we will do everything in our power to ensure that happens. Anyway, the real problem is going to be getting the drill to the wall. I didn't design this machine to be used under fire. It's pretty vulnerable to any attacks. My men are ready to defend it. There is one other matter, my queen. The local townsfolk, they've seen our encampment. Many have heard of your journey. They're flocking to join the fight and restore you as the rightful ruler of Stormholt. Close to 1,500 have joined us already. That brings our army up to 4,250. I hardly believe it. They're willing to risk their lives for me? Is that so surprising? After all you've done, you're not the young woman I set out with. You've become a legend, my queen. A legend worth fighting for. A legend worth dying for. Leon, can you see that they're armed and armored with whatever we can spare? Sure, the more the merrier. Where will everyone be during the battle? I'll be with my drill. Willock, are you sure that's wise? If something goes wrong, you'll need me to repair it. That's where I can be the most useful, so that's where I'll be. I'll be with our main force protecting the drill. Raiden and I will be here tending the wounded. That's an ugly business during a battle. You sure you want to get those soft hands all bloody? Annalise's soft hands have patched me up more times than I care to remember. Trust me, there's no one better for the job. I will be at my queen's side. And I'll be with you all, leading the charge. On the front lines, but that's far too dangerous. A single lucky soldier would be able to strike you down. Nowhere will be truly safe. Great. And besides, this is my crown to claim. I can't ask my soldiers to risk their lives if I'm not willing to risk my own. That was just one of the first lessons this journey taught me back when Severin was holding us prisoner. You step outside the tent, flanked on every side by your most trusted allies. Do I want to talk to the bear? Jeez. Okay, we'll start with Tavon. Well, this is it then. We're really going to attack Stormholt. It's not too late for you to turn around. I would hate for you to ruin those beautiful clothes. Clothes can be replaced. You, dear Kenna, are one of a kind. Whitlock, how is our mechanical friend? Just making the final adjustments. Zzz. Excellent. Talk to the bear next. You give your bear an affectionate scratch behind the ears. You going to watch my back out there, girl? If you told me I'd end up going to battle for someone I tried to kill. To be fair, I tried to kill you back. I'd be insulted if you hadn't. Severin catches your eye and nods. Let's see what you've got, your majesty. Leon gestures at a rack of weapons. What weapon will you use for the battle? Not that one. That one was good. Not that one. That one was good too. Not that one. Well, if the whole army has this one, it's got to be a good one, right? We'll go with that. You have selected the Golden Mountain Fang. This weapon is perfect. You raise the Golden Mountain Fang over your head. Your army fills the field before you. Rank after rank of soldiers roars your name as they raise their weapons in salute. Prince Marco doesn't stand a chance. We've waited years for this moment. We've suffered under Luther and Arrakis, evil and cruelty. Today, we take the fight to our enemies. Today, we take back Stormholt. Today, we take back our home. For Stormholt. For glory. Hear, hear. For Queen Kenna. The sound of your army's cheers rings in your ears. Today, we fight. Now playing as Dominic. You're locked in the dungeons of Stormholt with, say, Ruka. And so that's when I first realized that walking through the cow pasture was not to be done in the dark. Not even a laugh. Not much for conversation, huh? I still haven't decided whether or not I can trust you, Lowlander, even if you... Never mind. Trust me or not, it doesn't make all that much difference. We're both locked up in here, aren't we? In the distance, you hear the sound of shouting. Wait, did you hear that? Suddenly, the entire castle trembles. The ground is shaking. What do we do? Try and run. You fall to the ground. Oof. Well, we're locked in this thing, so... As the shaking dies down, Hex comes into the dungeon, flanked by guards. It's time, beast. Are you going to be good, or are you still determined to make my life difficult? Come a step closer, I will show you difficult. Still fighting. I would be impressed at your determination, but, well, I'm not. Guards. 2 guards enter Say's cell, and she struggles as they try to drag her out. Frustrated, the guards start hitting her. Oof, pathetic. The village midwife hits harder than that. You're lucky we're in a hurry, savage. Stop. Leave her alone. Oh, aren't you a valiant one? Violence is the only language this brute understands. If she'd only told me how she uses the fire, we could have done without all this ugliness. As the guards drag Say out, she weakly lifts her head and looks straight at you. No one uses fire. You feed the fire and let it burn. Say turns back to Hex. If I were unbound, I would ignite you where you stand. Precisely why you are bound, my dear. Your fire will go only where I want it to. Come along. Say. After Hex and the others are gone, you listen to the sounds of the battle raging outside. You strain at the bars of your cell, but it's useless. You're trapped. Why don't you just melt them? I need to get out of here. Suddenly you hear soft footsteps on the dungeon steps. Dom, are you in there? Rose, what are you doing here? I'm rescuing you. Rose, hurry up. Hurry, before the guards come back. Rose rushes to your side and starts trying keys in the cell door's locks. What's going on out there? Everyone is rushing to join the battle. You won't believe it, Dom. It's Kenna. She's out there with an army. I don't know how she did it, but she's here. She's here to save us, to take back Stormholt. These dark times are truly over. Just then you hear soft clapping from the stairwell. How touching. How very, very touching. Did you really think this would play out in your perfect romance? Oh no. Raquel's hand clamps around Rose's arm. Poor sweet little flower. Get your hands off of her. Keep your hands off her, or I swear I'll... You'll what? You'll do nothing, prisoner. You're both at my mercy. And unfortunately for you, I have none. Bartel pulls a dagger from his rose and lays it against Rose's cheek. Now, how strong are you? Rose, don't look at him. Look at me. It's going to be alright. Dominic, I'm afraid. I wish he had more time, but the battle will be raging soon. Say goodbye, little flower. No. 18, okay good. Summon my fire magic to save Rose. Get away from her. You feel anger rushing through your veins, and you stop fighting it. You feed your anger to the fire inside you. Burn! Blue fire explodes from your hands, engulfing your arms. You grip the cell doors bars, and they melt like butter. What sorcery is this? You can't. I told you to get away from her. You fling a handful of fire at Bartel, setting his clothes alight. Ah! Let go of me. Rose shoves Bartel off of her. He flees, slapping at his burning clothes. Once he's gone, you feel the anger flooding out of you. You collapse. You probably should have made sure he died. Don't need any witnesses. Dominic! Rose rushes to your side. Stay with me, Dominic. I can't lose you. I'm alright, Rose. I've never seen anything like that, Dom. It was incredible. You were incredible. Our work isn't over yet. Get to safety. There's nothing more you can do. What are you planning, Dom? I'm going to find a way to bring down Stormholt from the inside. You burst from the dungeons and find an armed guard waiting outside. What the? He picks up his axe. I should use magic. You blast him with fire. Ah! He runs off screaming. I've got to find Say and stop Hex's cannon. The guard's axe lies on the ground, on the floor. Pick it up. Armed with the guard's axe, you race toward the courtyard. I'm coming, Kenna. Now playing as Kenna. The battle for Stormholt rages around you. Flanked by a dozen men with shields held aloft to repel a barrage of arrows, you lead the drill towards the castle sidewall. Check the drill at all costs. Without it, we'll have no way of getting through the wall. Yes, ma'am. Nothing's getting through. Be careful, Kenna. It's dangerous out here. Jackson, I'd almost think you're worried about me. Well, you are our queen. Steady. Keep the drill's momentum going forward. One of Marco's soldiers charges straight at you. Die, false queen. I should attack. Rah! You deal the enemy soldier a merciless blow in the temple, sending him crashing to the ground. No one will stop us. Not today. I guess I've got no reason to worry about you. As the drill rumbles toward the castle wall, a wave of Naraka's troop rushes forward to stop you. Charge! Get the false queen! There are so many. Soldiers of Stormholt, we must defend now. Hearing your cry, your allies rally to your side. I pledge my allegiance to you, Kenna, and now's when I make good on my oath. You saved my life once, I suppose I owe you something for that. Although I prefer to pay you back with Fedorian chocolates and not the blood of our enemies. The ground shakes as the Mekatar stomps alongside you. Roar! Teddy runs ahead, her huge teeth bared in a vicious snarl. Roar! Severin lumbles in front of you, guarding you with his massive body. To get the queen, you have to go through me. You shall not fall. The wave of Naraka's soldiers is almost upon you. You steel yourself for the coming fight. Time to show them what we're made of. The armies collide together, a sea of swords and flesh and armor. Several Naraka soldiers slip through, charging at you. Not on my watch. Jackson trips one. Oof. And clashes swords with the second. Die, scum. I only take orders from Queen Kenna. While they fight, a third soldier comes at you. You're mine. I should strike low. You strike the soldier's midsection, doubling him over. He quickly falls. Urk! Looking up, you see Jackson. The two other Naraka soldiers still lay in a nearby heap, bloodied from Jackson's sword. My queen, are you harmed? Did he lay a finger on you? I'm fine. I'm very glad to have you around. Well, duck. Duck. You duck down as Jackson pulls a dagger from his belt and whips it just overhead. Behind you, a soldier you hadn't seen grasps at the dagger protruding from his neck. He topples to the ground with a crash. Are you alright? I hope I didn't hurt you. I'm fine, Jackson. Just... next time we'll play flinch, I'm betting on you. I'll try not to disappoint. Tavon finds you in the chaos. My lady, I wonder if you'd grant me a few minutes of your time. In the middle of a battle? He draws his rapier as several soldiers surround you. What, right now? I've been simply starved for good conversation these past 2 years. I thought the two of us might chat since we're both here. You do know we're in the middle of a battle, right? It's said the greatest king of Fedoria could compose symphonies while he fought. Surely the two of us could manage a simple conversation. Go on, you can even choose the subject. Let's talk about Fedoria, your love life, how stupid idea this is. How about Fedoria? A fine topic. One moment. One of the soldiers lunges at you, but Tavon pierces him with a precise thrust of his rapier. Fedoria, have you never been? When I was little, all I remember was lots of purple. The royal colors. Hang on. A nearby soldier swings at Tavon, but he gracefully spins away. Huh? Then Tavon slashes him from behind with a series of quick, precise cuts. Irk! Beyond just purple, my home is also a land of bountiful gardens. Fedorians value beauty almost as much as we value knowledge. Funny, I never associated you with knowledge. You wound me, dear Kenna. Your wit is honed as sharp as my blade. When you come and visit Fedoria, I'll show you around the Royal Library in the capital. On your left. Look left. You turn just in time to leap out of the way as a soldier wildly swings his sword at you, his momentum sending him barreling into Tavon. Uh-oh. Tavon grabs him by the helmet and twists, snapping his neck. I never knew you were so capable of such things. Is this the same Tavon I found cowering in the halls so long ago? Being king tends to make one grow up fast. You hear the screams of soldiers as the Mekatar plows its way through the enemy lines. Roar! What in the three hells is that thing? It knocks down the enemy soldiers like toys. Roar! Whitlock stands by your side, grinning. I wasn't sure how the Mekatar would handle multiple adversaries, but it's performing well beyond my projections. The Mekatar picks the soldier up by the leg. Ah! Odd, I never taught it that. It starts using the soldier as a club, slamming him into other soldiers. Oof! Herk! Ah! Soldiers get set flying in all directions. It's operating outside its parameters. That doesn't sound good. Suddenly, the Mechatara's attention turns in your direction. It starts charging toward you. Whitlock, little help here. Just hold your ground. It should know you're a friend. It doesn't look too friendly right now, Whitlock. I need to stand tall. You stand tall and the Mechatara stops. Its glowing eyes just inches from yours. Not bad. No, bad Mechatara. Kenna is a friend. The Mechatara hesitantly holds its fist over your head, preparing to crush you. No, bad. It takes a step back. Then it delicately pats you on the head, looking to Whitlock. Yes, friend. Good, Mechatara, good. The Mechatara lumbers off, swatting the Rakkus soldiers out of its path. Can you make sure that never happens again? I'll work on some modifications. Teddy comes running up, looking at you for guidance. Teddy, go after... Where's Frog Eyes? I always hate Frog Eyes. Oh god, they have a bear. The soldier turns to run, but Teddy's on him in an instant. Should the bear attack now? How about that one? Not me, not me. Teddy rushes forward, slamming him into the ground with a mighty swipe of her huge paw. I'm gonna save gold trim for last. Sick 'em, girl. Uh-oh. The soldier stands frozen, watching helplessly as Teddy slams into him, sending him flying through the air. Ah! Ah, run! Soldiers scatter out of the way as Teddy lumbers forward, tackling the soldier and ripping her armor to shreds in mere seconds. Teddy returns to you. Who's a good girl? Huh? That's right, Teddy is. You scratch Teddy behind her ears and she lets out a satisfied growl. Severin's meaty hands grab you by the shoulders, yanking you back just as a spear stabs into the ground you've been standing on. Thanks, Sev. I owe you. Want me to repay the favor? Make me angry, tiny queen. What? Aren't you always? Don't ask questions, just do it. I should insult him. You're a horrible fighter. What? That's not true. That's all I do. Severin's jaw clenches. You couldn't even chop wood with those axes in your pitiful hands. You insult my axes and my hands? Severin seems to loom taller, his chest puffing out, his eyes bulging. Have you ever done anything in battle? Severin's whole body turns red with rage. Grrr, my whole life is battle. I am the battle. Grrr. Severin charges off and you race to keep up with him. He slams an axe into the helm of a passing soldier, cleaving his skull in two. Ugh. Another one slashes at Severin's leg, drawing blood. Big mistake. Severin decapitates his attacker with the mighty swing of his other axe, the blood spraying everywhere. Who else wants to die? Meanwhile, another soldier tackles you, sending you sprawling in the dirt. Kenna. Crouching with your back to the soldier, you shoot Severin a wink. Huh? Time to end you, queen. I should throw sand in his eyes. You grab a clump of sand in your hand and whirl around, tossing it in the soldier's face. My eyes! My eyes! A moment later, Severin cleaves him with a swift axe blow. Hey, didn't I use that move on you one time? I learned from the best. In the distance, you hear the thunks of your technocrat-made catapults firing at the enemy. Ah! Huge boulders crash down into the Nabrachus ranks, striking where the enemy is thickest. Such accuracy. Truly, it is good to have the technocrats on our side. My queen, the sky. You look up and see a massive blast of bright blue fire. Look out. Ah! You hear the screams of the soldiers who were hit by the blast. Ah! What evil conjured this destruction? At least it seems like it's hitting everyone. Our men and Marco's, they must not be able to aim it very precisely. That's not a lot of consolation to the men getting burned alive. The drill is part metal, part wood. It can burn. And without that drill, we're as good as dead rushing at the castle. What are we gonna do? We didn't prepare for this, Kenneth. We should... Pull back, I guess. We should pull back. I won't waste lives. But pull back and wait for what, my queen? A plan. I'll have to think of something. I have to. Now playing as Dominic. More explosions shake the ground as you sprint into the courtyard. Hex adjusts the cannon's aim, laughing as another fireball arcs over the castle wall. Poor little queen, she tried so hard, but no army can stand against me now. Not anymore. Prepare to fire again. Lowlander, hurry. You rush to Say's side. Her hands are locked inside the cannon barrel, their shackles held closely by a large padlock. I should hit the lock. You slash at the lock, scoring a deep gash in the metal. Hang on, Say, I'll get you out of there. I need to hit the lock. You strike the body of the lock, bending it out of shape. I need to hit the lock. Your next blow takes the chunk out of the body of the lock. Almost there. With one final swing, you cleave the padlock free from its shackle. Finally. At the sound of breaking metal, Hex rolls around. You! Just what do you think you're? Say charges at Hex, smashing her against the wall of the courtyard. Hex crumbles to the ground, unconscious. You've no idea how long I've been waiting to do that. Now, Lowlander, I'll show you what this cannon can really do. Alright. Chapter progress. You saved Say from the dungeons of Stormholt and Hex's clutches. You saved Rose from being killed by Bartel. Because of your reputation as a great leader, you inspired 1,500 civilians to join the ranks of your army. Overall progress. We still haven't met the last person. None of this has changed. We're getting pretty close to the end. 411 out of 420, not bad. Alright, well thank you for joining us. We'll continue this battle on chapter 16. Bye!